Today I'm going to be showing you the RLCraft commands as well as the vanilla commands and their adaptations to the mods added. I've made timestamps in the description, so feel free to jump ahead if you're looking for something in particular. As always with commands, you will need cheats enabled. If you're in survival, you can open to LAN, select allow cheats, start LAN world, then you'll have access to commands. So kicking off, we have time, season and weather commands. The time set command lets you change from day to night and any time in between. For example, time set 13000 will change to night. These are the most common time changes. Or the time add commands adds time in game ticks. For example, if you add 12000, you go from midnight to midday. Or if you add 24000, you go ahead an entire day. If you're looking to return the number of days elapsed in game, you can use the time query command with time query day or daytime if you want to return the number of game ticks since dawn, on game time to return the age of your Minecraft world. Now, seasons are quite simple but are case sensitive, so make sure you have a capital letter for the time of season, being either early, mid or late, and a capital for the season itself, summer, winter, autumn or spring. The weather command is also a useful one to know if you want to trigger and clear rain and thunder. Here are the commands. Moving on to game mode commands now. Using the game mode command allows you to switch from spectator, creative, survival and adventure. This can be done by typing game mode space spectator or SC for short. Same goes for survival with S for short, creative with C for short, and so on. You can also use numbers, 0 being survival, 1 being creative, 2 being adventure, and 3 being spectator. But this is the command to place yourself in such game mode. You can also place others or set the world's default game mode. For example, the command default game mode allows you to set everyone's game mode who enters the world from that moment on. So if you want people to enter in survival, use the preferred abbreviation of that game mode. However, if you want to set one player in particular, you'll want to use the command game mode, and in this instance I'm using survival and then the player name. You can also do all players at the same time by replacing the player's name with @A. Now you've got your game mode all set up, we can look at the game difficulty command. This sets the world's difficulty from peaceful to hard. RLCraft's default difficulty is on 3, which is hard, which makes peaceful 0. As you know, on peaceful, hostile mobs cannot spawn, so if you're looking for a quick way to clear an area of mobs, this can be useful. The command is simply difficulty space and your chosen number, for example 1 is easy. So this next command comes with a warning, so if you want to use it, please take notes on how to turn it off, as this is something that can carry across all your Minecraft worlds. And that is keep inventory. Usually on Minecraft you can turn it on and off with true or false, however this doesn't seem to work. So to enable keep inventory, the command is game rule space keep inventory space true. But to turn it off, you'll need to head to the RLCraft folders and into the config. Make sure you do this while the game is not running, and look for global game rules and open it up in notes if you're given an option. Now look for where it says keep inventory, and you want to go ahead and delete the one that says true. Save it, and now you can relaunch Minecraft RLCraft and no longer worry about keep inventory. But back to the safer commands, like the debug command, which when started it begins taking a debug report for you. Start it with debug space start and end it with debug space stop, and a report will be found in your debug folder within RLCraft folders, which will look something like this. Now let's move on to Spawnpoint command. The Spawnpoint command can be very useful if you want to start a world with friends from the same location, as with RLCraft you could start 10,000 blocks away from each other. Not only that, but it also tells you your current coordinates, which as we all know isn't the easiest information to find on RLCraft. The command is Spawnpoint. This will set your own spawn point. To set everyone's you can add @A for all players or a specific player name to just set theirs. For example, I'm AngelCraft, so this will only set to my spawn. However, in these instances you will need to set the coordinates and remember to leave spaces between each. Another command that helps when playing with friends is TP or teleport. When you do the command teleport space player name space coordinates, that player will instantly teleport to your chosen coordinates. If you're unsure of your coordinates and don't want to reset your spawn point, you can use this TP command to see them. Or if you're just looking to teleport a player to you, you can use this TP command, which is TP space username of the person you want to teleport to, space your name. And if you want to teleport to another player, you just want to swap the names such as, and you'll teleport to them. Moving on to some OP commands now, we have the give command, which is give space player name space item ID, which I'll leave these examples up for a second. But if you're having trouble, feel free to ask in the comments. So I'm using an apple for example, but then this is optional. If you want to give more than one item, you'll want to leave a space and then the number you'd like. This does also work for the modded items such as Lycanites. Most of the item IDs can be found in JEI if you're struggling. Another OP one is enchant, which allows you to enchant the item in the player's hand. Use this command by typing enchant space player name space enchantment ID, which I'll leave examples of here. Ignore Apple, I clearly put that on the wrong thing, but with Minecraft basic enchantments you don't need to put Minecraft before the enchantment name. You can also leave a space and choose the level if you want knockback 2 for example. As you may have noticed, this also works for the modded enchantments as well. You can also grant and clear a player of effects with the effect command, which is effect space player name space the effect name space time you want the effect to last. And to clear a player of all effects, it's effect space player name space clear. And these are all the vanilla Minecraft effect IDs. Unsure of any modded ones currently, but will add into the description if I find any. Moving on to OP command number 4, the XP command, allowing you to give or take experience levels or points. Do this by typing XP space the number of experience points you want to give space player name to give experience points, or if you want to give levels, do the number followed by a capital L, then the player name the same. However, to remove points or levels, you just want to add a minus before the number you want to take away, and again add an L if you want to remove levels. You can also give XP to all players by swapping the player name for @A or a random player with @R. On to the next OP command, the kill command. This can be used to remove a single mob, a group of mobs, everyone, or even a single player who may be annoying you. To use the command to kill everything, type kill. Be warned, this will also kill you. To use the command to kill all entities but you stay alive, type kill space @E open squared bracket type equals exclamation mark player close square bracket, and as you can see by chat, there's nothing left. To just target a player, type kill space player name. And to kill a specific type of entity, type kill space @E open squared bracket type equals entity ID name, comma R equals then the amount of blocked radius you want and close square bracket. And here are some examples of entity IDs. Once again, feel free to ask in the comments if you can't find one or would like a command template. Moving on to the opposite, you can also summon and spawn mobs. You can use the summon command for vanilla Minecraft mobs and modded mobs. You do this by typing summon space entity ID, the same as those I showed you before. Basically the mod name and then the name of the entity. Or if you want a champion version of the mob, you can type spawn champion space entity ID space the level of the champion you want. And if you want a champion with specific affixes, you can add them to the command as well. Make sure to leave spaces between affixes when adding more than one. Here is the list of affixes for you to add. However, if you'd like to spawn multiple of the same champion, you can use the champion egg command by typing champion egg space entity ID space the level number space and any chosen affixes. If you leave this empty, they will be given random ones. This next command is a great one to play around with, especially if you haven't experienced them much, and that's mob events. Trigger a mob event, type lm space mob event space start space mob event name. You can find the names in the RLCraft folder, config, then Lycanite mobs, and then mob events. All the JSON files should be working mob events. Copy the exact spelling into the command. Also, you will need to be in survival for this to work properly. Another great command to know is the find biome command, which teleports you to the closest chosen biome. Just type find biome space biomod, which I will pop examples up here quick for you. Unfortunately, it seems to be the closest thing I've found to a locate command, and please, if anyone knows how to get the locate command working, you will be my hero for life. Anyways, back to the last commands. We have the seed command, which tells you your world seed. Just simply type seed. And finally, structures commands. You can spawn in Doom-like dungeons underneath your general location by typing DLD spawn, and it will tell you the coordinates that should be underneath you. You can also spawn in the majority of structures found in RLCraft, which I have a whole separate video on, which you can find here. But besides from that, like the video if it was helpful, and thank you so much for watching.